All right. So we are set up now on YouTube Live. What do you need? Well, we already live, so I need you to. Oh, well, I'm already live. Okay. Let me make sure I have everything set up here before I start to speak. Give me 1 second here. Make sure we have everything set up. I'm not sure why my screen does this when I'm trying to go live. Give me one shake of a lamb's tail. All right. So we are set up now on YouTube Live. What do you need? Well, we already live, so I need you to. Oh, well, I'm already live. Okay. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let me make sure I have everything set up here before I start to speak. Give me 1 second here. Make sure we have everything set up. Not sure why my screen does this when I'm trying to. Give me 1 minute because shake up a lamb's tail. Okay, I think we're all right. You probably need to change your name on here, but we're already live. I just want to make sure that everything is connected correctly. I'll change your name for you. Okay, if you can unmute yourself. All right, you there?
I believe I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
All right. Well, we always have technical difficulties because I'm not sure sometimes if I'm connecting this the correct way. Is your camera working or is it out?
Yeah, the camera's working.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I'm just getting situated back here.
okay.
I
Okay,
got
so
people, got the makeup department and people putting makeup on me and rubbing my head with baby oil and stuff, making sure everything's good.
well, your team needs to be on it before we go live. So you need to tell them to rub the baby oil beforehand because we ain't got time when the camera's lights, camera action. That needs to be done. Okay, so of course, welcome to all our surplus chameleons, all of our students, those that have been following us for a while, those that are just following us on YouTube just to, soak up this information while you're on your journey to getting your first deal. Today's post is going to be about the power of follow-up. And so I really wanted to bring this to your attention because, of course, yesterday was a payday for us for a claim that really from my eyes, and I'm going to let Jason speak, from my eyes, it looked like it slipped between the cracks, like it wasn't going to happen. But there was a lot of willingness, there was a lot of determination that came behind this claim. And I just want to ask Jason a few questions, and we're going to just jump right into it and talk about it so we can show you the power of following up. All of those old leads that you have, if you've called someone last year or the year before last, or just, months and months and months ago, 6 months ago, those are still hot leads. So you need to know the power behind following up on those leads to see if those claimants have been paid out, if they've been assisted. They could have signed up with a company and been with them for, going on 4, 5, 6 months, and there's no movement and there's no updates. They haven't heard from the company. This is where you can fly in like Superman. You can fly in like Batman and save the day, because they're still needing help closing out their claim to recover their surplus. So, Jason, my first question for you, first, tell me a little bit about this claim when you stumbled across this information on this claimant. And I believe it was in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. Just give me a little background on your research and who did you have to call, or did you actually get the claimant directly on the line?
You can also fly in like Wonder Woman. I think Big Fella got you that book
Yeah.
because I guess he sees Wonder Woman in you. So
Yeah.
for the ladies and the women out there, or the more seasoned ladies and the young ladies, y'all can also jump in and save the day like Wonder Woman. This claim is a special claim because this was and I didn't know that. I was just going through a lead list, and I was just clicking through the leads and clicking and clicking and looking and see, how far could I go back to see if there were funds available. And I know a lot of the teachers, um, and there's no right way or wrong way to do this. I know a lot of teachers say, hey, you need to look and see if the funds are available and do this. And I kind of do it the opposite way. I like to call the family and call the claimants and get in contact with family members and friends. And I like to get it from the horse's mouth. Now, if you have one of the databases or you're doing your research where if you can see, if funds have been claimed, and I know this may be a little bit different regarding mortgages versus taxes, pertaining to how much of the information is available for you to see. I know sometimes with these cases, they can go through the courts, and sometimes with judicial states and non-judicials, whichever one it may be, you may be getting directly with the trustee. But I make a long story short, and I guess the story is going to be a little bit longer. I was just looking to see how far I could go back, and this was an old one back in 2023. They got foreclosed on. And to answer the other question, no, I didn't specifically get the claimant on the line. The first person I got online was an ex-wife, and I think this may have been ex-wife number 2, or it could have been ex-wife number 3. But I know Papa was a Rolling Stone, and he did have multiple wives. So the first person I got on the phone with was wife number one, 2, or 3. So we went back and forth with the wife. She was helpful at first, and she did say that the claimant was in a nursing home. So that's why I stress to you all to contact these people, reach out. And a lot of these cases are going to be death, divorce, and debt. And a lot of these places are going to be our older baby boomers is what they call them. They're just getting a little older, and they can't continue to support themselves in the house or whatever. And sometimes the family, or they, or husband or wife, or whatever it may be, decide to make that phone call to the nursing home to get them some more care. So this was a young person, a young man that happened to be in a nursing home. So back to the conversations we had with wife number 2 or number 3, and she was helpful because she informed me and let me know what nursing home, he was in. So I had to do my due diligence and see if I could get on Google or Yahoo and find where this specific nursing home was to see if I could find this young man. So that's what's going on with this case. Did you want me to continue, Karen, or did you want to?
I have another question. So when you found wife number one, number two, I'm sure number one was probably like, I don't have nothing to do with him. Don't call me no more, whatever.
No, 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 no. I'm not sure if this was wife number two or wife number three or one.
Okay, so one
Um,
of the wives.
yeah, all I can say is one of the wives, she was helpful at first because she informed me that he's no longer in the house and he's in a nursing home. So
Okay,
that was the first jewel and gem that I got, that he's still alive. I can possibly get him. He's in a nursing home, and this is the nursing home he's at. So that was the start on where I need to go
okay,
to get to
okay,
the claimant.
okay. So when we finally got to the claimant, as far as, and I know it was probably one of the wives. We don't know if it was one, two, three, four, five, but we got through to the claimant and we were able to get him signed up. And this was basically in Ohio again. And we basically were able to get him signed up and move forward in closing his lead. But tell me a little bit about what happened, because it wasn't that easy, because this was a situation, and I'll let you go into it. This was a situation where it almost slipped between the cracks. So can you just kind of go into that of how we almost lost this claim?
Well, before on how we lost the claim, we had to get the claim first. So before you can lose something, you actually have to have the claim. So I guess the first things we want to go through is finishing the claim process on how we actually got somebody signed up in a nursing home.
Yeah.
So following the steps with the nursing home, she informed me where he was at, then I had to do the due diligence on contacting the nursing home and letting them know what we do and how we can help, and seeing if I can get back to the back where the party is going on, to the nursing home facility and all the festivities and parties and dance contests and things that they have in back there in the back, to actually get, to Robert,
Right.
because I got to get to Robert to actually get something and get something over to attorney and go back and forth with the attorney regarding the situation. And then how you almost lose it, I had to get it first. So first I got the Robert, got a notary out, informed them of the situation. Now, boom, we got the claimant signed up. Now, moving right on along to, like, how did it almost get lost? And this just could have been a situation where um information may have got mixed up, or someone was maybe looking at the wrong claim information regarding one of the secretaries. But get into your information, we're going on with the claim process. They say, hey, we see the
Stop right
claim.
there. Stop right
Go
there.
ahead.
Before you go into that detail, because that's where I was actually getting ready to go with that. Once you get the claimant signed up, now it's time to get it over to the attorney. And
Yes,
so
so
you got the information over to the attorney's office, and this is where he's going with the story. So just so
yeah,
people don't get lost, the
yeah.
information gets to the attorney's office, and from there things started to get shuffled, and there was some confusion, and it was a lot going on. So can you kind of go right into there where things started kind of not
So
adding
first,
up?
the first place where things were got was great, because you got a claim signed up. They did verify that the surplus funds were there and they were available. There may be a small claim for Medicare or Medicaid around $800, and they were going to continue with the claim process. And, you know, um, and from there on, actually continuing the claim and going back and forth with the claimant, that's how I got with, I think, the second wife or the third wife, because the one of the wives said, hey, I'm done with this. I don't want to have anything to do with it. His family hasn't been helpful in this situation. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. I'm done. So the first wife, one, two, or three, I'm not sure which one it was, but I guess it may have had to been one or two, because I would think that the last wife had to been maybe the most loving wife and the most helpful wife. So I'm gonna just name her wife number three. I call her Mrs. Hawkins. So I'm getting going and back and forth with Mrs. Hawkins, because we may need a power of attorney, because He's in a nursing home and she may have to recover the funds for him and help facilitate the issue. She's also been great in going back and forth regarding communication in this situation on when the check comes, what she has to do, and things of that nature, and telling me about their history together and how she's trying to get him in the nursing home a little closer to her and her area so she can care for him. So I'm going to call her, wife number 3 because she seems the most loving, and she's been the one that's been able to help us in this situation on continuing the claim process and making sure any other paper or documents or Zoom calls back and forth with the court, things of that nature have been taken care of where we can go ahead and recover the funds from the court registry. But going back to the attorney's office, so again, they're saying it may be a small claim for Medicaid, a few $100, and then we're going to continue the process. So throughout this process, we're following up, and then we follow up one day. And I'm not sure, I'm not going to blame this on the attorney because the attorney is the one that just sent that $11,000 wire plus some change that Karen may show y'all on this video. I'm not sure if it's going to be the caption of this video or whatever.
I am. I want you
Like
to.
we said, yeah, like we said, you can get a check in the mail, but it's been a lot of flooding going on. You know, I would say from Texas all the way up to Ohio. So I didn't want to wait on the mail for a check to come in the mail and things of that nature. I was just saying, hey, if we're able to wire this directly into a bank account, let's just go ahead and send us the wire and we'll pay the wire fee, 10, 15, 20, $30. That way we're done. You can go ahead and on finishing up on getting the check out to the claimant to make sure they're done. But throughout the communication here, where Karen is going and said we may almost lost this, we sent communication over to a secretary, I guess maybe about 2 to 3 to 4 months into this situation. And the secretary sent something back saying, hey, well, there's no surplus funds, on this case. And, you know, we'll inform the claimant of that also. And that became a head scratcher because we were like, oh my gosh, oh no. What do you mean there's no surplus funds? Because all the previous conversations before the last 3 to 4, 5 months to say there are surplus funds, they're verified. We can see that it's being held with the registry. This is the amount that's held. This is the lien that's listed there, a few $100s, and we're going to claim the remaining balance. So what happened? What happened all of a sudden? So I was kind of like one of those Looney Tune characters, like Wile E. Coyote chasing the is that the Road Runner? And you just got hit upside the head. Now the stars are kind of floating around your head. So I was like dizzy. And I told my business partner, I'm like, what's going on with that? And we just moved on with it, you know. And I still jump on him this day. I was like, man, you're not supposed to be getting paid any money from this because you gave up, you quit. They told you whatever they wanted to tell you, and you was done. Like, oh, ain't no surplus. Okay, on to the next one. But I sat and pondered over it. Maybe about a month or 2 to 3. I kind of allowed the dust and the smoke to clear. And I was like, well, maybe that was maybe just a mistake or clerical error, by the secretary, or maybe it was a paralegal or somebody that really probably didn't know what was going on, and maybe some things got mixed up. Because when you got papers on everywhere and things, and the secretary, we're all
Like
human.
how your desk looks.
We're all human. Sometimes we make mistakes. It happens. So to finish up the story, we just contacted them, or I contacted them, a few months down the line. I was like, hey, we got this claim. This is what's going on. We're just following up to see what's going on. And then everything was smooth. God had taken care of everything. They responded back and say, yes, the money's at the registry. We're in the process of finalizing the claim. Here's the paperwork of it, what's going on. This is the amount that's being held. We're just waiting on the court to mail us the check. So you can just I guess you could just feel it in the air and feel the electricity up and down from your feet all the way to your head on how ecstatic and how happy I was to kind of hear and verify what we all knew from the start, that there were some unclaimed funds that were listed there. Hey, they have it, they verified it. They verified it. The funds are available to be claimed. It's there. And now we're just waiting on the check. So, and this is the amount, this is not specifically the amount of the surplus. This is our cut, our profit here that we bring in, or our credit, or our love offering, that we all agreed upon of the 35% of the surplus that was remaining there. So as you're looking at this amount here, and again, we got a couple of videos, plenty of videos, how to make 4 figures off a phone call. This is how to make 5 figures off a phone call. And I think she has a video like that also. If she doesn't have a video that's called how to make 5 figures on a phone call, I think we should do one. And I guess this may be one of those right here. This is the video on how you can make 5 figures on a phone call. So what I want to provide is a motivation to y'all, because I talk to people all the time. People inbox us all the time. Sometimes we inbox them back and they become upset, they become angry, and they say, well, this person, I'm following this person, I'm following that person, I'm following this, blah, blah, and this is this, and that is that, and that is that. Well, we're all following everybody. We kind of got the program down on what we can do, how we can do what we need to do. And the bottom line, like I was telling Brother Melvin yesterday, we sent him some leads and he happened to see $1 million surplus. That was something that clicked to him, that because he was having trouble making a phone call. Now, once we sent him some leads, he seen $1 million surplus. He was like, oh shit. Oh, whatever butterflies I had, I don't have them no more. Because he calculated 40% of that surplus. He's like, oh, I'm not scared no more. Hello? Is anybody there? Because he's seen that $1 million surplus. So at the end of the day, treat all of them like it's $1 million surplus, because something is better than nothing. All of them not going to be $1 million surplus, but hey, $11,000 in your pocket on a Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday morning is not a bad day. And I don't care if I had to wait 11 months, 10 months, 8 months, 9 months, 7 months, 6 months, 4, 3, 2. None of that matters to me. Because if you keep doing what you're doing and you're not doing a whole lot and you don't change anything, or you're trying to change the trajectory in your life or where you're going and what you're trying to do, you won't see a 4-figure direct wire transfer. You won't see, a direct wire transfer of 2 grand, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You won't see 4 figures. You won't see 5 figures, because you're still doing what you're doing. So I want y'all to use that as a motivation on where you want to see and what you'd like to see change for the rest of the 2024 year, the next of the 2025 year, because that's what I was doing in 2000 at the end of 2023. I think I was maybe contacting Mr. Robert back in July or August or September or October of 2023. And we didn't, get the check until, 6, 7, maybe 8 months later. So it's the work you do now that's going to change and what you're going to get in the future. It's not a job where, I'm going to do something, I'm going to get paid next week or 2 weeks. It could be. You get one in Tennessee, you get one in Texas, you get one in Nevada, one of those type of states. Yes, you can get paid out within about a month or so. Nevada and Tennessee specifically about a month. In Texas, about a month that we've seen on some of these mortgage foreclosures. But some of these regarding different states out here where the money is going to be held out here in the court in Ohio, that don't stop me from contacting Ohio, because I may have to wait 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8 months for a check. I like to have a check in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. So if I got to wait for it, or if I call your office and you say it ain't no surplus one day, get off my phone, I'll holler at you later. I'll report back to you on what happened and why. I still didn't let that deter me. I just got up like Wile Coyote did after he hits a brick wall after chasing a road runner, because the road runner got all the money running around with it and beeping. And we chasing after all these people that got all this money. Hollering beep. We trying to chase it like Wile, even though I hit a brick wall. Oh, well, we thought it was some money there. It ain't no money. We'll fill you in later on what's going on. I was like, I just kind of shook my head like, well, yeah, it don't make sense. But I'll go regroup. I go back to the drawing board like he always does. Start drawing on the wall. Let me figure out how to get to complete my mission to get where I want to go. I continue to call other claimants, and I call the road runner back. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he's just mixed up that day and forgot he
Yeah.
was on the phone with me, because it wasn't the attorney that said that. We're
Yeah.
contacting and going back and forth with whoever may be the paralegal or the front desk person. And I guess we got somebody different, or it may have been the same person. I don't know, but sometimes things happen, and I don't want y'all to let anything to deter y'all. That was just like something wild that I've never had happen before in doing this business. As I never had any one of my business partners tell me that that has happened in this business. So that's what Karen was talking about. Like, hey, it looked like something almost happened, or there was no surplus, and then it came back, or it was like there was nothing going to be there, and now it's something here. So that was how that was. I think it was just a mix up in the front office regarding the paralegal for the
But
second team.
it was more the consistency. Like you were very consistent about it. Like I remember the day that you had told me. I think I read the email basically from the law office, and they were saying that there was no surplus. And I was like, oh, that's like a disappointment sometimes in this business when the attorney comes back and say X, Y, and Z, and you're like, oh, but that's why that goes back to our teaching when we tell you to keep your pipeline full, because if one deal falls through, then at least you have two other deals, or whatever the case is, in your pipeline. So I was a little disappointed, but then I started noticing emails like because I would go through and check the emails, and I would see where he's emailed the law office and they respond back. And I'm like, well, babe, if they told you that there was no surplus, why are you still emailing? But he stayed on top of him, very consistent, because what's the word? You were convinced that surplus was there. Like, no, it's got to be a mix up, and you stayed on top of it. Where some people will just walk away like Coach did, like, okay, well, on to the next claim. There's nothing there. Let's just move on. And you just stayed with it. You was like, and then
Yeah, I didn't hear none of that. I didn't hear none of that. I guess they call it what do they call it?
what?
Selective hearing. Yeah, I didn't hear
Oh,
it. Yeah, I didn't hear that part. Selective scene. Oh, I didn't see that email. Oh, no. Nah. I just seen the emails where you accepted it. We've already signed the agreement paperwork that you're gonna, work on behalf of Loyalty Royalty Recovery. We already have your cut amount verified. We have our cut amount verified. We have the cut for the claimant verified.
yeah,
So I didn't see any of that. So therefore, since I didn't see any of that, I'll let a month or 2 or 3 months go by,
yeah,
and we'll continue getting more leads. And then I'll just come back in like, hey, I know it's been a while. We haven't heard from y'all. Just checking in on the claim and see what's going on. If there isn't one, is there any paperwork, any information that we can see where we can verify the surplus amount? And she was like, no problem. So here's the information from the court. Gave us the court registry information, showed us where it was like 30-some thousand sitting at the courthouse. And then everything is settled. All the bad dreams go away. We're back in La La Land, like, oh my gosh, we're finna get paid out. It's finna happen. So sometimes you just have to sit, rest, go back to the drawing board, continue to fill your pipeline up. And since that time frame, we've got a few more deals. We had other deals that actually pay out
mm-hmm.
faster in different states. But at the end of the day, that one paid out too. So if you do come across a situation where, hey, somebody says there's no surplus, hey, just go verify the information. Go get the information from the attorney or the paralegal, whoever you may have spoke with. That way they can verify and show you any other lien holders that were in front of you that claimed it. In this situation, it just happened to be an honest mistake, because you see the honest $11,000 check plus sitting there. And it's just a situation where sometimes things happen, and I don't want to, have a little gray cloud there over, it was something we did or something they did or whatever it may be. I just think it was a honest mistake.
Right, right. So that's the important part of the
But the
business.
power of follow-up, I
Yeah,
didn't mean to cut you up. That's still
yeah,
cut you off. That's still the power of follow-up. That's the same thing. We still have a student. When our star student Jackie has about 3 deals that are hot on the stove and they're cooking, and we're just kind of coaching her up and informing her, you got to keep calling them, you got to keep emailing them, you got to keep texting them. Maybe if you have a different phone number that the husband or the wife or the kids use, maybe use that number. to call them and pop up on a different phone number. Maybe they answer or text back and communicate for that number. But just because it takes a couple of times for these people to warm up on you, and understand and agree and feel comfortable with working with you. So go ahead, baby.
No. I was just wanted to share that part because we we can't emphasize on that enough is, following up. Like I have a few people that I have to follow up with today and that's key because they remember the first conversation you had with them. Um they know what's going on and of course they are receiving a lot of phone calls too. So um you know just staying in contact with them and building that rapport, that is exactly what you want with your claimants. I did want to mention something really quick. I know we have a few people that joined us on this
Hey,
room,
Lillian. Hey,
but
Lachelle. How y'all doing, ladies? And sometimes they are getting phone calls and sometimes they're not. This dude was in a nursing home, so he had no clue
but
that
you
he
need to
had
come
some
up.
unclaimed funds.
Right.
No clue.
Exactly. So I did share our wire transfers. That was our payout from the claim. So, this is what we are teaching. This is what we're trying to get y'all on board to do is to get your first deal, close your first claim out, so you can enjoy the luxury of this check, and so you can see the fruit of your labor as, following up and being consistent and building that rapport with the claimant. As I always say, I'm so thankful for our back office um, because y'all work so hard. Y'all work so hard. So I want to say congratulations to you and Coach. Y'all work so hard because I didn't even have my hands on this. I didn't have anything to do with this one at all. I may have typed up some documents. I may have done a few little things, clerical things, but this was all you. This was all you. And so I commend you on that for sticking with this. That lets me know that I have to be consistent and I have to understand the power of follow up. So, congratulations to you.
Well, it's all good. I appreciate and we thank you for you're the one of the best secretaries out in Texas. So we appreciate and thank you for your
Oh,
help and what you do and being a part business owner here, with Loyalty on helping us out and anytime we ask you to do anything. So we appreciate you. And Coach tells you that all the time. So shout out to Coach Wesley. I appreciate you, Coach, and thank you for helping with the attorney services on finding this young man. And that way we could get this thing done. So, this is what the back office team does for y'all, Michelle and Lillian. We want to take the headache where y'all don't have to do anything but just contact and call, email, text, and speak with the claimant. We take care of all the paperwork. We'll take care of the notary fees. We'll take care of the back and forth documentation with the attorney, any other documentation that needs to go back and forth with the claimant. We just ask that y'all call them, let them know, follow up with them, let them know how the claim process is going, and you're the point of contact to speak with them. And if they'd like to, speak with your office management team or, your back office team, they're more than willing. We're more than willing to be here to help y'all close out any leads that y'all have and anybody else has. You're welcome to come join the Loyalty Recovery team. I think we're still running a special that Karen has where we're offering 50% off of our lifetime agreement and 50% off of the 60-day challenge. And we're probably going to run another special here that Karen's going to think of on just kind of getting y'all out here to kind of just start making some phone calls like we had Marvin to do. Marvin had been with us as a lifetime student for the last 6 or 7 months, but that phone call was scaring him to death like a scary movie. And he finally picked it up, once he seen um $1 million surplus. So our surpluses, y'all, not gonna be $1 million. But here's something that Karen is doing, and this is just assisting heirs with recovering surplus funds. Just another deal and another offer that she offers y'all, just on trying to be transparent and trying to be helpful. And we don't want a situation where somebody wants to get into this business, but they're stating that they don't have the money. I don't have the $2,000 for the course. I don't have the $500 or $600 for the 60-day challenge. Okay. Well, all of us got $50 because we're finna spend that for lunch throughout the week, back and forth to work. We're probably finna spend that on one trip to the gas station, on filling up your truck or your car. You know, we're gonna spend that on hanging out with the girls for the weekend. We're gonna spend that on hanging out with the boys, you know, for the weekend, for the Cowboys, for football, or for the college football games. You know, or Karen can spend that 15 minutes on Temu, you know what I'm saying,
Don't
shopping.
do
So we want to make this available for you. And what we don't want is saying, so I know we got another student that contacted us not too long ago, said she had spent like 7,000, almost $8,000 on a course. And she still hadn't closed her first deal. I'm not sure how, you know, or what, but she did go into detail on how just nobody's there to talk to. And, you know, nobody's there pushing me on to give me that motivation. We want to push you on and give you that motivation. We're here now showing that we're available, that we're really so close you can touch us, you know, that we're here to kind of push you on and help you in this journey and be with you and to give you whatever resources that you need on actually getting your first a surplus fund deal. So I don't know how she makes a course this cheap and available for y'all, but here it is, y'all, $50 online class. And we want to help y'all because a lot of these claims people have passed away. We're finding family members and things of that nature. And sometimes people don't know how to do these deals or how to put the pieces together on calling family members, or we get students that say, hey, it's wrong numbers here and wrong numbers there. Well, okay, what are we going to do next after there's a wrong number or the number's wrong? Are we going to look for family members and call family members and put those pieces together? Or are we just going to sit back and cry and say, oh my gosh, the phone number is wrong, the phone number is wrong?
Yeah.
We're in the business of finding people, y'all, with big bags of money in our hand to give them and their family big bags of money. So are you going to let a wrong phone number stop you from a 5-figure check? I'm not letting the wrong number stop me from a 5-figure check. I'm not letting a nursing home stop me from a 5-figure check. I'm not letting the first wife, the second wife, or the third wife stop me from getting a
Or the
5-figure check, or the second wife, or the midwife, or the two wives at the same time, or the one wife and the baby mom, or the side chick. I ain't letting none of that stop me from getting a 4-figure or 5-figure check. So I don't want it to stop y'all either.
I
I
do
don't
want
want nothing to
to
stop y'all.
I do want to go over this. Thanks, babe. You were funny. I do want to go over this. This is going to be next week, October the 9th. And we are going to do a Zoom. So this will be a Zoom class. And I believe I have this down from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So only an hour. And we're going to go over inheritance and assisting heirs with closing out these surplus funds. For example, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail right now, but I'm working on a case right now here in my own backyard, Dallas County, and I believe we have a total of 15 heirs. And so I was able to go through the court information and see who was served their citation and who was not able to be served their citation. So the ones that were able to, that were served, forgive me, talking in circles. The ones that were served citations, I went into the case to see what address they were served at. And so while doing that, I found that one of the heirs is still at the home. That was the address that she was served her citation. So now Jason and I are going to get out this evening and we're going to go do some door knocking because there's a 50-50 chance that they're still at the home. So we're going to go and talk, and I already know who to ask for. And what we're going to do is go from there and just let them know what's going on. I'm sure they are aware of the tax foreclosure sale since some of them have been noticed already. And we're going to just see what we can do as far as assisting them with recovering their surplus. Now, since it is 15 of them, it's going to have to get split 15 ways. But what we want to do is we want to get in contact with at least one of the family members so we can get everybody else together and lined up. So they can call a family meeting so we can divide this money and get this taken care of, get them all signed up. So we'll go into the detail of how I looked into the case, how to start skip tracing. If they were not in my own backyard, then of course I would have to skip trace and find some numbers and call. But since they're like literally 15 minutes away from where we live, I can just make that drive and see if I can talk to someone face to face. So that is why Jason always stresses to you guys, to you ladies and gentlemen, is to, you know, start looking at some tax foreclosures in your backyard, in your own county. Because if there's something that's 10 minutes away from the house or right around the corner, you can go and knock and offer your services and tell them what you do. So, you know, that's what we're going to be going over in this class. And of course, it's only $50. That's it, $50. And we all have that. Like Jason said, I will spend that on Temu. I will spend that at Dollar Tree. Okay. If you want to put me on blast, Jason, I can spend that really quick on Amazon. So let's learn how to invest in ourselves and know how to, you know, utilize this information, because it's going to all pay off at the end of the day. You're going to know how to contact these people. You're going to know what to say. You're going to know how to skip trace. You're going to know all of this to get you to your next, to get you closer to your next claim, your next deal. So that is going to be October the 9th from 7 to 8, only an hour. We're going to go over everything. As you can tell in this family tree right here, you have grandma and grandpa at the top here. That is usually how it starts. Someone has passed away. Someone has passed away, and now you have a whole field of heirs. So we have to get to the bottom of the family tree to see who's living, who's not living, who had kids, who didn't have kids, and then that's how the money is going to be divided. So we'll go over that on October the 9th, and hopefully we can get a few of our students to sign up. And those that are not students of ours, that are just following us on YouTube and have been listening and jotting notes down and trying to decide if you want to do the business or not. You're trying to decide what course you want to get. You want to get that course over there, that course over there. $50. So you can at least nip something in the bud and just get this done and learn something new. So Jason, do you have anything else? That's all I wanted to share the class for October.
No, but for anybody that's saying that they don't have the money, and excuse my back office there, this is also where I do my little sports show, also my little fame goes. So I got little sports sweaters and sports caps. So forgive the clutter in the back office in the warrior room back here. But for anybody that, you know, they say they don't have the money, and I understand, I promise you, me and Karen, we get it. When we first started this business, we didn't have a couple grand, you know, to purchase anybody's course. And shout out to Bob Diamond, the best in the business. Shout out to Eric Richardson, the best in the business. Shout out to Nick Fulmer, the best in the business. Shout out to Spencer Van and the other community, the best in the business. All of them were my mentors and still are. I still watch their videos. I learned all of this from them. All of that $11,000 is from them. So while we get students and they come from different walks in life and they come from different communities and got different courses, and so haven't got the success that they're looking for whatever it may be. And it's not specifically these people courses. It may be just a community and network that you have around, you know, because it's A, B, C, D, F, G, like all of they say. All of those say A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. So all of them got the footprints. You just follow the footprints of Bob Diamond. Shout out to them. Follow the prints of Nick, the footprints of Nick Fulmer. Follow the footprints of Eric Richardson, and follow the footprints of my other boy, the old school man out there in Carolina. And shout out to all the people going through this situation out here in Florida and in Georgia and North Carolina and Tennessee. Oh, Sean Bougie. We learned all of this from them. We learned all of this from Sean Bougie, Nick Fulmer, Eric Richardson, Bob Diamond, Spencer Van, and the crew. We learned all of this from them. All of it. So all we did at the end of the day, what me and Karen was missing was teamwork, back office team. Shout out to Ron, another one of our mentors. Shout out to Coach. The networking, putting the business together, putting the teamwork together, putting some strategies together, delegating. Okay, you help with this, you're good at this, you're good at this, you're good at this. Okay, let's all work together like the Power Rangers or the Care Bears, and everybody use their special part to give what they have to help each other. So now we're trying to bring y'all along to the team where y'all don't have to do everything and be all the Power Rangers and all the Care Bears at once. You don't have to be all the superheroes like Karen started the call with. You can fly in like Superman and Batman and fly in like Wonder Woman. But sometimes when you first start in this business and it's all you mean I have to do all of this by myself? Now we trying to help y'all where y'all don't have to do all of this by yourself. You just do one part of it. Just call them. Just let them know. Get them to say, okay, they cool with it. After that, you just tell us we'll do everything else. We'll even pay you for it. We'll send you a direct wire transfer. Had some students that we paid out last month, excuse me, that we hoping that you'll be the next ones next month. Just because you see our success story, I'm still a student. So when I get on and I show you a check that we have, I'm still a student also. I'm still learning. I still follow all them people that I just named you. I follow all them people and follow all their YouTube videos because they taught me how to leave my job. Now I'm a 9 to 5 job. Now I just do this. So I'm in a whole different frequency level. I'm on a whole different vibe now, doing what I dreamed of doing, what they were showing me how to do. So I'm gonna keep following the same mentors that taught me how to do this because I remember where I was in y'all's shoes. I was dreaming and hoping and wishing, like, okay, I'm gonna get one. I just help one person. If I can help one person and they give me a few $1,000s, that means I can help another person. Then if I can help one person, that means there's hundreds of thousands or probably millions of people that we can help because that's how much being held regarding unclaimed funds. It's billions. So if it's billions of dollars that's lost and people don't know about, and we found it, all we have to do is find the people. That's the easy part.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make it easier because y'all don't have to do anything after that. We'll partner with you and we'll help you close out the deal. We got the leads, we got too many leads. All we need y'all is to do y'all part and contact them and let them know what's happening. Let the family members know what's happening. Let them know there's a big pile of money. We just trying to let y'all know so we can help you claim it. It's a free service. You're not asking them to pay you anything. You're not asking for anything up front. You don't need a credit card. You don't need a debit card. You don't need them to make a payment to do nothing for them to allow us to sign them up to get them paid regarding this. And we just get a small percentage on the back end just for helping them complete the race to pick up a bunch of money within a month or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I don't see nothing that's better than this. If it is, y'all let me know. I'm listening, Lillian and Lachelle. I'm listening. I'm listening, Chameleon.
No, there's not. There's nothing better than this.
Free
Well,
money, just sitting there.
that's all I
All I
know.
gotta do is call them and let them know. That's it. Text them and let them know. Email them and let them know. That's it.
Yeah. Like earlier today, I started again. I'm working on some tax foreclosures, and I I I love the power of social media. I found one of the claimants online. You know, and come to find out, he's a pastor. So, babe, you may have to put on your suit Sunday and your good
Ah,
socks. We may have to go to church so we can go talk to pastor about this surplus that he got at the county. So, but I did message him, inbox him. I did snoop around on his Facebook page and I saw that we had mutual friends. So before I go and talk to the mutual friends to see if they've heard from him or if they talked to him or whatever, I saw that he had a brother online. Because if you go to the about page, and that's going to have to be another class, how you snoop around on social media, because you can find these people on social media. And I looked under about, and then it had relatives, and it had the guy's name, and it said brother. So I was like, okay. And so I went to the brother's page, and he had just posted like within an hour of me jumping on there, and he was saying something about financial blessings. And I was like, yes, the God done sent me to tell you that your brother got some money. So
some
I went,
financial blessings. You got some financial blessings sitting
I
somewhere.
inboxed him. I inboxed him and told him I'm trying to get in contact with him and blah, 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 who I am. My name is Karen. The good thing is we look alike. So, I reached out. So I left a message for the brother and for the claimant. And I'm just going to let it rest right there. But we got to go to their church Sunday. So you got to get out, get your good, good slacks out, your good shoes and your socks, and we got to go to church so we can talk to pastor and see if he know anything about this surplus and get him signed up when the collection plate come past us, that other thing.
That's the collection plate right there. We're gonna have a note in there to the pastor and to the deacon that there's some unclaimed funds that the church need, and put some big
Take that
dollar
out of the
signs, put some real big dollar signs, and put our phone number and name on there, so they can look at that note.
That's
Exactly.
it. Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. So y'all get out there in your community, go to your local county, email them, call them, ask them, hey, where do I get the unclaimed funds list? I'm not sure what state y'all in. Just call them, the local county, the treasurer, and ask them, hey, my mama and them or my grandma, my granddaddy and them got foreclosed on, and somebody called me and said there's some unclaimed funds or surplus funds that are due back to the family. Where do I get that list? And they'll tell you, they'll give you a phone number. They'll tell you to call this number. They'll tell you who to call, John or Jeffrey. Call him, let them know. And Jeffrey and them will answer the phone, or they'll call you back if you leave them a message, and they will email you. And Karen, when I'm talking about this, somebody emailed us a list. I need you to go and log into Microsoft 360. I think I told you that about 3 or 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm not going to write you up. We got an email.
Now,
We
you
got an
know, I had
email.
to unmute on that.
Miss Jackie, she stayed, boy. Miss Karen stay in the office with the supervisors and the team leaders. I don't know how
Oh,
she's still with us.
Karen.
She, boy, I'm talking about she done got her first warning. You know how you get first warnings, you get second warnings. She done been suspended. And we just keep her here. I don't know. And another
Hey,
job at McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, they done been done kicked their ass up out of there. But I don't
well,
know why we keep her here.
obviously, she's an asset
Oh,
to the
definitely.
company. Hello.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
But she is on her final warning though, Jackie.
Oh, Lord.
At the end of the day, she is an asset, but you just can't let people run wild online shopping and doing what they want to do, just running wild, laughing on break, outside, doing what she want to do, trying to get the other workers at the job to go to the state fair, Texas, and eat funnel cakes and stuff. You just can't let them run wild. But yes, she is one of the best employees we've ever seen and had at the company. So she is definitely a beautiful asset, and we love her to pieces. But and I talked to the people in the back office, and we not gonna write her up again. But we do need her to go and look at that lead information that the representative at the county sent us, so we can log in and send those leads out to our people as well.
You may have to go back over that with me because I don't remember that conversation. So
I'm
just
sure that's why you on your third and final warning. I know you don't remember nothing. I'm sure you remember that wire transfer. But other than that, Mr. Forgetful on Channel 13 on
Forgetful Jones. That was my mom's
Forgetful Jones.
character.
I don't know if y'all
Jones.
know him or remember a show called Sesame Street on Channel 13. Somebody couldn't hardly remember nothing. His name, he was one of the Muppets. So not Muppets, but one of the characters on Sesame Street. His name was Forgetful Jones. And he would forget. And that's Forgetful Jones' sister right there. But yeah, that's it. And we're going to have to do another class. I think we were talking with Sultan. He was in our class, our CRM class, a few weeks ago, and he showed us some good tricks of the trade. And we got some inboxes from some people that said they wanted to learn that from him. So we got a couple of classes, and we want to make this as financially light on you as possible, for you to not to pay a bunch of hundreds of dollars or a couple thousands of dollars just to get in to learn this. And if you're wanting to learn this and you just don't have the finances, or you only just have a small amount to donate to kind of come in, just send us an email and we'll speak and see what you can do and how we can do to help each other. But we're not going to allow any excuses for you to bring up on why you can't have a 4-figure and a 5-figure check or a direct wire transfer. Wire directly to
What
your
is that
account.
saying that our mentor has, Rick the Wealth Coach, when he talks about because he has his financial IQ challenges, and he literally goes in and was like, you don't have no excuse of not having the money to be a part of the challenge. You need to be in this class. What is that saying? I can't remember what he says. Do you remember?
I'm not sure. They're gonna have to go over there and holler at Rick and follow some of his teachings on YouTube and stuff. Because I don't want to dive too deep into that. Then they're gonna lose focus on this 5-figure check wire transfer. But that's just another one of the mentors, and he was definitely has love from us deep down in our heart from him, because he gave me specifically like a free coaching call, 15-minute coaching call. I'm not sure how I got it. It had to be the grace of God. I was just communicating and following him on YouTube on one of his videos, and he selected a few people he would give a coaching call to. And after I told him what we did, he said, "Hey man, you and your wife, y'all need to start coaching this. I don't think it's anybody on YouTube in that area, in that platform that looks like y'all, that are teaching this to our community. And where we're losing our properties and land and businesses and homes at a rapid rate through tax foreclosure and mortgage foreclosure. We need it so we can reach out to our people in our community and let them know what's going on how we can help them recover these funds." So shout out to Rick with the Wealth Coach. So if y'all want to know a little bit about more of one of the mentors we have, his name is Rick, the Wealth Coach. So you just type it in on YouTube and you'll see a nice looking fellow, can sing like Luther Vandross, and you can see what he has to offer regarding on what he teaches. But I'm not sure, Karen, because he has so much that he's on every day. I would forget, and I don't want to mess it up. So they're just gonna have to tune in and get with him to see what he says. But I know one thing he says is don't have no tight booty cheeks. About about not having no money. You're gonna have to have something for something, and everything in life not gonna be free. And that's why Karen is providing that course right there, for about $50. And it's just something small, and we want to teach you something real big. And if you can get a 4-figure or 5-figure check to your side of town within a couple of months, I don't think $50 should be able to stop us on doing so. Anything you got, Lachelle? Anything you got, Lillian? Anything you got, Miss Jackie? Anything you ladies got? We can turn the floor over to y'all for y'all to chime in on anything that y'all may have, family related, surplus related, love related, questions, concerns, anything it may be on where you are on your surplus journey, what you may need help with, what's going on, how we can help. Jump on off the diving board because the water is fine.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Y'all good?
Oh, God's still good.
All right. I didn't get in. Of course, I got in late. I was on another call. Well, in a meeting. But I got in on the tail end of Jason saying something about reaching out to who? And it sound like to me you were saying something about checking with our city. Did I hear that correct?
Yes, that was regarding you're getting the list. I tell a lot of our people that since we've been studying and doing this and teaching class, we provide these mortgage foreclosures, and we're going to start providing tax surplus lists also. A lot of us have these lists and we're local in our own county, and people in your own county, your backyard, probably on your same street and streets around you are getting foreclosed on. And those are the places where we can go leave notes or a business card or just something on a sticky note or a little postcard or just like a little index card. And you can get some tape and stick it on their door and to inform them regarding these unclaimed funds or funds that we have. So I was telling the ladies on the call and everybody out in YouTube University, to contact your local county. Me and Karen are out here in Dallas. So our taxes, we could pull those up and look at them. Everybody else may not have an email or a link. They're going to have to email because you don't have a public link that they make available for you to see the leads that they have regarding the unclaimed funds for the tax sales. So I was informing people to whatever county that you're in, and you can drop your county in the chat, and we'll do so. I guess that we need to kind of show you on how we would send an email or one of our recent emails that we've sent or received from a local county regarding getting leads. Just contact your county and call them. All you have to do is just call the tax office or the treasury's office or something regarding the your county, and they'll direct you to where you need to go to get that tax foreclosure list. They'll let you know the person's name. Hey, let me transfer over to John over here at the chancellor's office or this office. They'll let you know they're real friendly and nice. This is what they do from 9 to 5, y'all, Monday through Friday. They'll direct you to where the tax foreclosure leads are. And if they're not online, you're going to have to get with them directly through email notification, and you can just call them and leave a message like, hey, just trying to get the the emailed list. If you could email it to this email, or sometimes somebody may answer your voicemail, or they may answer the line when they transfer it, like I did. I'm not sure if I was talking to somebody in Ohio or Tennessee. I think it may have been Tennessee. And I called, and it was, of course, the wrong department, the wrong number. He said, no, you need John over there at the chancellor's division or the chancellor's office. Here's the number. Let me transfer you over, and he'll email it to you. So he transferred me over. John answered the phone, and he said, yeah, we do have it. And today was a last day, because we're going to send some of these over to the state because they haven't claimed it. And I'm gonna send you the list of what we do hold. And I seen somebody send something in the chat that they're out in Pennsylvania. So figure out what county you're in Pennsylvania, and if they want $15 for the list, hey, let's do $15 for the list, and let me know what county. And you could send Karen $7 on Cash App, and I put the other $8 on Cash App. See, I'm not even gonna let $15 stop you from getting that list, and we'll work that leads list together. You make some phone calls and skip tracing people. I'll make some phone calls and skip tracing people. We'll find an attorney for us out there in Pennsylvania. Let's get a deal. Let's get it started, because it's happening every year, every month, and every day we're getting foreclosed on. And I specifically think California and Florida are two of those places where foreclosures are happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They're the hot spots. And that's where Marvin, one of our students, seen that $1 million lead out there in Orange County, out in California. So let's not let anything stop us. Like, if you pull up whatever county you're in, surplus fund list, and you don't see anything, okay, what we do next? We're gonna let that stop us from getting $11,000 check, or a $5,000 check, or $4,000 or $3,000 check? Nope. I'm gonna pull up my county, find the phone number, for call somebody. Hey, my house got foreclosed on. I'm getting phone calls that I got some unclaimed funds or surplus fund at the registry. Where do I find that list? I need to verify that. Or my grandma or my papa, somebody got foreclosed on. I need to find the list to see if I can find where the unclaimed funds from the property sale, the tax sales, and they'll direct you where you need to go.
And so that is excuse me. So it is it's called unclaimed funds. Or should I say mortgage,
either
foreclosed mortgage?
They're probably not going to have a list for the mortgage.
Okay.
You can have to speak with them about that. I'm not sure how they generate the mortgages, but I know a lot of these counties have the list for the taxes. So what I was speaking about specifically was called the tax. Tax surplus list. So yes, you can call it unclaimed funds. You can say surplus funds, or excess funds. But you can just say, hey, it was foreclosed on regarding the taxes, and there's some excess funds or funds being held at the court registry. And they'll kind of be able to put it together from that language and lingo that you're talking about, unclaimed funds or surplus funds following a tax sale.
So
specifically for taxes.
So with that being said, I had pulled up some names, some addresses. And I was looking at them actually last night. And I have 3 of them that I'm going to follow up with today. They're like in the Oak Cliff area.
Okay.
And
I said that's my neck of the woods.
Yeah, so I'm going to look into these. And then I have my class tonight, my leadership class for the city, and I can add someone there if they have something in our city. I mean, in our, I don't know what they will call it, municipal.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'll find that out tonight.
Ask them questions. We never know where the information is if we don't ask. And they say a closed mouth can't get fed. So if you're hanging out with city officials at this event, ask them, where do I find the information regarding the mortgage foreclosures? I know there may be different because there's different entities, these foreclosures, and it may not be specifically the county that's foreclosing on them. It could be trustees in Texas, so it may be a little different. But ask them and I'm sure they will kind of fill you in on where that information may be. So
Yep.
you can't
I
beat that,
believe it.
Jackie. Just getting
Yeah.
out with people and contact them and speak on like, hey, where's the, you know,
A list.
regarding mortgage foreclosures. I mean, I got a lot of these, and this is what I do. Where does this information go? Or does the county house this information on a particular platform? How do I find it? Because things change, and you never know. You never know. So you definitely have to just contact these departments and contact these people because they do have lists. But if you can't find it, we're just a phone call, away from speaking to somebody that works at the county. They could answer that question, and boom, you got a list that's not available online publicly,
Mm-hmm.
or where it's not available where a lot of people would know, and you'd be one of the small part of the community working those specific leads. Or
Yep.
especially that person that just dropped something in the chat, say, hey, I'm out in Pennsylvania and they want $15 for that list. Well, it's not going to be a lot of people working that list because it's not available online. And then they saying, for you to get this pot of gold that you're looking for, you need to give us $15 for us to give you this gold. And in that pot of gold, I'm sure there's some 4-figure and some 5-figure surpluses, regarding fees that you can get on the back end for helping them people. And if we don't help them, these taxes are going to get escheated. In Texas, it's 2 years. And other places you can go follow the law there. The state is not going to hold these funds forever. They're going to get escheated and the state is going to keep it. And they're going to use it for whatever they want to do. So we're running out of time regarding these tax foreclosure leads in certain situations in certain states.
So are you saying taxes are cheated as
Correct.
well as mortgage
Well,
foreclosure?
the mortgages are only going to get held for so many years. And I
Okay.
think with the mortgages, they're going to escheat over to something called state funds or unclaimed funds. And then it's going to go to I guess in Texas, I think it's called what is it
Texas, you
called in
claim it.
Texas?
Texas, you claim
Texas
it.
You Claim It. Yeah, it's called Texas You Claim It. And
Oh,
what
okay.
department is that they call that though? Which
It's the comptroller
the
because
comptroller? Yeah,
when they cut
that's
the check,
it.
it comes from the
That's it.
comptroller.
The
Hmm.
comptroller in Texas is going to hold the funds after that. So that's what they call state funds.
Oh,
So the mortgage company in Texas is going to hold it maybe for 3 or 4 or 5 years, and then they're going to send it over to the comptroller as state funds. Taxes are a little bit different. They're going to hold the taxes for 2 years in Texas, and then after 2 years in Texas, they're going, the state is just going to escheat it. Escheat is called something called escheat or escheatment, and that means that they're going to have a party with your money.
That's where
And
they're
it's
gonna
gone.
build the highways and expand 635 for the 1,500 times since I've been living.
They're gonna they'll fill some potholes, and they also gonna have a Halloween party, and they're gonna have a Thanksgiving spread, and they're gonna have a Christmas party with your money. That's what they're gonna do.
Mhm.
Lachelle, hi there, Lillian. Top of the afternoon. Would you ladies like to jump in and say anything? Jump on off the diving board. The water is still very warm. Anything you ladies have? Don't be scared, ladies. It's just an $11,000 check with your name on it. Anybody got questions? Anything you got, Miss Alexander or Karen, before we get out of here, since Michelle and Lillian are going to pass at the moment?
No, I don't have anything. Go team, go. No, I was kidding. No, we're always a phone call away. So anytime
Yep.
you feel stuck or just don't know how to, get going again because you had some things that kind of blocked you and some stumbling blocks in between because it's, work or family or whatever it is. That's why we have those weekly coaching calls. So you're able to jump back in, get motivated because it's nothing like being motivated. I have my times, I have my personal moments where I just don't feel motivated, but then I'll go listen to like Tony Evans, or I'll go listen to Rick the Wealth Coach or someone, or I may pick up one of my books from Myron Golden and I'll read a little bit, and then I'm fueled back up and I'm empowered and I'm motivated to keep going in whatever it is that I'm doing. So that's why we have these weekly calls, so we can kind of get you in the middle of the week, well, at the end of the week, so you can be ready to take off, because you can call claimants on the weekend. We highly motivate you to call these people on the weekend. Catch them when they're on their way out the door. Catch them while they're on their way to church. Catch them when they get out of church. Catch them while they in line at Luby's or whatever cafeteria y'all have in y'all state or whatever, the hottest restaurant. But catch them because they will most likely answer the phone, because debt collectors and people that are selling things, they don't usually call on the weekends. They usually call during the week, during the day. So utilize your time, but I just want y'all to stay motivated and don't ever feel discouraged, because you have a whole back office over here that is here to keep you pumped up and going.
I just want to say that if we keep our why before us, we keep the why. Why are we doing this? Why did we decide to sign up and partake in this? That would keep you focused. Also, remember that, people can only say no. That's the only thing they can do. There's no need to be afraid. If you are comfortable with talking, sometimes just practice in a mirror, practice with your spouse, your children, and not allow fear to keep you from making 5, 6, 11, $20,000. Man, I mean, you got things that you want to do. I know you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been part of this, being a part of this class or program business that can really help you financially. So I just want to encourage you to not allow fear to be a factor. You don't have to be a factor. Conquer it, stand on it, speak it, and go for it. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like it.
I'm trying to tell you, y'all. So anything else you got, Karen?
Nope, I think that's it. That is all for today.
All right, y'all. Well, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you ladies. I thank you. We hope to see y'all in that upcoming airship and skip trace class that I'm sure Jackie and the Chameleon are going to be there. Lachelle, Lillian, we'd be delighted to have y'all there also. Let's not allow $50 to stop y'all from getting in that class. If it is, let me and Karen know specifically. Maybe send us an email about any personal situations that may be going on. If we need to break something down in payments or whatever we need to do, we definitely don't mind, but we definitely like to have as many people there, especially anybody hasn't specifically got their first deal yet and they want to know how it goes, when I'm looking for someone, when, the grandma and granddaddy has died, where do I go? How do I go? What am I saying? How does that look like when I'm finding, loved ones and relatives regarding these unclaimed funds, regarding tax sales and unclaimed funds regarding mortgage foreclosure auctions. So we definitely can't wait, and we'd like to see y'all there. But get with us, because let's follow up and make October and November and December. Let's follow up the year strong.
Love it. All right.
All
Well,
right, y'all.
we say have a good afternoon, and we will catch up with y'all on a later video.
All right. I'll let
Sounds
y'all later.
great.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Bye-bye.